Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to a guide on how to get the red brick ×2 stud multiplier in a LEGO The Hobbit. And for this you will need to have gotten a blacksmith design schematic from level 6. I've forgotten the name of the level, but it's level 6 and I've done a collectibles guide for that. So if you want the design schematic, then you can check that out. A link will be in the description. And so yeah, once you've got the schematic, you will just come to the blacksmith in Blee. I think it's Blee, is it? Or any other blacksmith you find, but this is like the only one that I know of, and pretty much the only one I use anyway. So, I mean, it's handy. It doesn't really matter. It's got a fast travel station on the doorstep. But once you've created it, you're just going to head to, what is it? Hobbiton, the Hobbit village, and you're going to give the flail to some dwarf or hobbit, either one, and then that will get you the ×2 red brick, and it will cost 500,000 studs, and studs are a hell of a lot more expensive in this game.
Right, we've got carrots, chairs, doilies. What else do I need for a party? Oh, tell you what. A mithril flail display would make for great entertainment with the shiny trails it leaves. Could you forge me one? I've got something that'll double your fortunes if you do. Bless me, is that a mithril flail? Thank you very much. Now I'd say my guests were in for a flail of a time, wouldn't you? Oh, wonderful!
So 500,000 studs, and when you buy it, the controller vibrates, sort of to emphasize the hit on your wallet it takes. So this is another one of them red bricks which require you to create something using a design schematic and give it to a person who's asking for it. And so the design schematic in question is there on the map, and I was actually running around the whole area for a while because I just could not figure out how to get even near to the place, to the schematic, but eventually I figured that it was actually the door you need to get to. You need to get through the door. And so when you first come towards the door, there will be a poem or riddle to the left, and it will basically say, follow the light, essentially, and it will say wherever darkness is, avoid it or something. Essentially what that means is follow these yellow arrows and do not go where the purple arrows say. And in fact, it does say if a purple arrow shows up, just go the opposite way of where that arrow is pointing. And once you've followed them all, it'll bring you back round to the door, which was a bit of a pointless exercise. But this digging thing will appear, and you'll be able to use Sam or someone else to dig and get the key. And then obviously use the key on the door, and then head on in. Now I kind of morphed it because I had to come back, because I did not actually have enough resources for these different resource things which want your resources. What they want is 20 emeralds, 20 rubies, and 20, what is it, the blue stuff. I've forgotten what the blue stuff is. But yeah, you'll basically need 20, and now I did not have enough. So if you don't have enough either, what I recommend is replaying the first mission and getting up to the point of the anvil and smashing up the different resource boxes which are in that level, because there's actually quite a few. You'll get like 5 each time, and so I have to do that like 3 times to get the resources. But anyway, if you have enough resources, then just throw them in here where it tells you to, and that's kiss goodbye to them. Bit of a waste. Takes forever to try and find the damn things as well. When you've put them in, obviously it will appear and you'll be able to grab it, and then that will be the shadow blade acquired. And so of course you'll want to head to a blacksmith. I'm at Blee, And so I'm at that blacksmith, which I always use. And so yeah, then just create the shadow blade.
Ooh, it's hot in here. Times like this, I wish I could take my beard off. Be careful with those, not sure. You've done this before, haven't you? I'm sure he forgot to...
So once you have created the shadow blade, you are going to take it to the guy who is actually asking for it. However, we have not started that quest yet, but the quest is located in the mountains, like in the high pass area. And it is that red question mark right there in the middle. So we're going to fast travel to the nearest fast travel station, and then we're just going to follow the path. I mean, you can always mark it, like mark the question mark on your map, and there'll be a trail which will show you the way. So that does help quite a bit, which I do here. So you can place a marker and it'll show you the way. And so you actually need to follow it, because there is a point where I did like lose it and kept on dying because I didn't know where to go. But yeah, just follow it and you'll be good. So this is obviously where I sort of failed. It took me like 2 minutes to actually work out you had to go through that cave. So swing across there and you'll actually have to go through the cave, because the studs were not that obvious for me. But just head up the cave and the guy will be there, and you'll probably know what to do. So I hope this helped, and thank you for watching. And if it did, be sure to drop a like. Smash that like button like everyone says. Anyway, have a good one.
2 swords are better than 1. And let's face it, sometimes your fighting buddy is otherwise engaged. Hence, my interest in the fabled mithril shadow blade, which makes a new ally out of yourself. I'd be happy to part with this artifact that gives you 4 times as many studs if someone forged one for me. I thank you. This looks like fine craftsmanship indeed. I was just thinking then, if 1 mithril shadow blade gives you 1 ally, do you think you could make a shadow mithril shadow blade to give him his own ally? Oh, that rather made my brain hurt. Never mind.
And so this requires us to get the design schematic, the construction hat, and give it to a goblin in the south of the map. And so to start off with, we are going to get the schematic. So we're going to jump to that fast travel, which I just used, and then we are going to have to go all the way around. In fact, yeah, that was a lie. You don't actually want to use that fast travel, because as I found out, that way that I was planning on going is blocked by concrete boulders or something, and I'm not sure if you can get through them, because I didn't actually try it. But if you can, then I would think you could get through with Saruman, something like that. That white guy with the white beard and white everything, he might be able to blow it up, and that will make everything easier. But I just decided to go to the different fast travel to the south of the schematic, in like the forests and everything. And so also you want to put a marker on to begin with, put a marker on the schematics. That will make life easier. And so when you come to this fast travel station, you will simply just follow the marker, just follow the trail, the pink lines and everything, and the invisible studs. Just follow them, and you'll get to some different things, such as here you'll need a goblin to climb up the wall, and then you'll need Sam to plant and bounce on it, and that was a bit challenging for me, trying to bounce up that hill, as you'll see in a minute. But anyway, yeah. Then once you get to the top, you can just go into the cave, and then it's pretty simple from there. So once you're in the cave, you are presented with a pretty simple puzzle here. As you may recognise, we just need to destroy these boulders with Saruman, and then like kick this object down the path. As you can see, we're gonna do it with that bald dude. That is how I know him, by the bald dude. I mean, I do not know these names in the LEGO universe, well, the Hobbit universe, should I say. Strange, short names as well. Athril, Kirill, and Cyril, and everything else. Anyway, just smack it in position, and then you'll need to change into Sam or any other fire lighting character. But Sam, I know you get him from the story, and he can light fires. So just light the fire, and then that will pretty much be it. That will open the box and give you the design schematics. So there we go. So of course, once you have the design schematics, we can now head to the blacksmith, head to your local blacksmith, and create the item. Create the construction hat.
Times like this, I wish I could take my beard off. Careful with the furnace, eh? I'm not insured. You've done this before, haven't you?
And so once you've created the construction hat, we are now going to give it to the goblin, and we're going to go talk to the goblin as well, because this is the second time that I talked to the goblin, as there is a green marker there instead of a red question mark. So just talk to the goblin, give him the hat, and that will spawn the red brick, and it's pretty expensive. It's actually 4 million studs.
I said don't talk to... Oh, is that a mithril construction hat? For me? Ha! You shouldn't have. No, you really shouldn't. I'm building a load of war equipment to wipe anything that isn't an orc from the face of Middle Earth. Only kidding. I'm building outhouses. Thanks.
So there we go, 4.5 million studs, which I could not afford at the time. I really couldn't. So in order to get this quest available, we will needed to have got the poo studs red brick. I mean, you don't have to buy it, you just have to complete the quest. And so in order to complete the quest, you will need to have created a giddy up staff. And you can complete this quest pretty much at the beginning of the game. And so once you've crafted it, you will need to give the object to this guy who's just here, just up the hill from the blacksmith. You will need the design schematics again for both of these red brick quests. The link, as usual, will be in the description for the design schematics video, one big whopping video. So as well as the poo studs, you'll also need to complete another red brick quest, which is for the attract studs, and you'll need to craft a megapult for that. The red brick quest can be just found outside of the village of Bree, and you'll need to do this during the daytime, otherwise you won't be here. So deliver this to her. And this is the same person we're going to get the ×8 stud red brick from as well. And you'll also hear her say that, go away, let me time to think, to ask you for something else as well.
If you got the designs and the materials.
And so for the actual quest, we'll need to create a mithril beanstalk. And so that you'll be able to create it if you get the design schematic. So, like I said, the link is in the video description. And then the actual red brick quest is located at this place, just south of Bree. Now, it's not in this cave, which I originally thought. It's actually on top of the cave, on this hill here. So just talk to her, and you'll give her the beanstalk, and then that will spawn the ×8 red brick. And then you can buy it. And then there's a trophy. That was like my last red brick to get. So this is obviously the most important Lego brick, or red brick, when it comes to collecting studs, since it's ×10, and we all know what that does. It multiplies your studs by 10, or, you know, you can use it in conjunction with other times bricks, and that's kind of how you get like ×640 and ×3000. So to do this, we will need to have completed a quest here in Elven Forest. So come to Elven Forest and come to this secret door here, just like in front of these staircases. And it's here, you should see it when you're running around the place. And then we'll need to go inside and complete the quest for this woman. Now we will need a treasure item from the level Lake Town. The level in Lake Town, I've forgotten what it's called. A warm welcome, that's it. We need to get a treasure item from Lake Town. I'm not entirely sure which one it is, because I actually did all these collectibles guides before doing this quest, so all I can suggest is just go to Lake Town, do that mission, and yeah, just get the treasure items. If you want to know where the treasure items are, just check out the video, link in the description for that mission. So once we've done that quest, we can then get the design schematic for the candle staff. Create that. Again, the link will be in the description for where the design schematic for that is. The big video with all the design schematics in. Once we've crafted that, we can then come back to the Elven Forest and then complete this red brick quest by simply giving her the candlestick, by talking to her. And then that will unlock the red brick, which will cost you 20 million studs. That's like the most expensive red brick ever in any Lego game. My goodness. But I mean, once you do have a lot of millions of studs, it's not that bad, to be honest. But there we go. Hope this helped, and thank you for watching.